All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 783. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who surprisingly doesn't give a shit about Pal World, Wombat.
I don't even know what that is. Oh, Pal War. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, nope, you got me.
We'll cover that later in the show.
Yes,
Yeah, I thought he said Power World, so I was confused.
Power World?
Yeah, I'm like, what's that? I'm interested.
Sounds like it might be infringing on some IPs. Power World sounds a little bit too much like Pal World.
Yeah, maybe they may sue.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to step on any toes.
Nope.
Actually,
funny.
I'm gonna let me write down Power World so I can get back to that project later.
Sounds like a good idea. I recommend it.
Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. We won't be talking about Power World, but we will be talking about Pal World, which Power World is a better name. They should have went with that.
I just work here.
Do you?
Kinda.
So what else is going on?
So here's my story. Ready?
This is a story.
I said I had a funny story. Maybe you'll find it funny. Maybe you won't. I don't want to like oversell it. Because
Right.
last time I thought I had a story you would enjoy and you didn't.
So let's just agree that it's a story.
It's 100% a story.
Okay.
So, for the last like 4 months now, I've been having like a monthly telehealth doctor appointment with a bariatric doctor. Going through the whole weight loss thing and the exercise. Basically, it keeps me honest when a doctor talks to you and says, how you doing? Have you
Right.
lost any weight? And here's what you could be doing. And here's what I think you should be doing. So I had my call today, but the doctor I had been seeing left the practice. So today was my first call with the new bariatric doctor. So I'm going through it, and he's a nice guy. He's young. He's, probably around Shipwreck's age. And, we're younger than me.
We're like 2 years difference at max, right?
I know, it's a joke. And so we're, going through the stuff. It's like, oh, so what exercise are you doing? And I go,
Was that the
I've
funny
been
part
going,
of the story?
huh?
That was the funny part of the story.
That was the funny part of the story. So I go, yeah, I've been going to Orange Theory like twice a week now for the last, how long it's been for almost 4 months now. And, I try to go and I do this when I'm home. And he's like, oh, Orange Theory. That's great. That's great. And he's writing down his notes. And then he looks up at me and he pauses for a second. And he goes, what Orange Theory do you go to? So I tell him the location of the Orange Theory that I go to.
Yeah.
And he looks at me again and he goes, do you go Thursdays at 7:30? I go, yes. He goes, you're in my class.
That's crazy.
So my new doctor is someone that I go to Orange Theory with every week.
Is he going to correct your form if you're not doing the bicep curls properly?
He said he basically was like, hey, don't worry about it. It's not like I'm not gonna, be a pain in the ass in class. I'm not gonna like say anything when we're in class. This is, it's all
Better not.
It's all different there.
He's off the books.
He's off the books.
Off the clock, rather.
But you did laugh, so I guess it is kind of a funny story. That's
a pretty big coincidence.
That's a crazy coincidence.
You didn't get more excited when you said Orange Theory? Because like I would definitely get I always want to talk about Orange Theory.
I think he was sort of like in the zone of being objective, like a doctor.
Right. Just writing shit down.
He's writing shit down, and then I think once he wrote it down and like took it because it's telehealth, so it's like it's,
oh wait, it's a telehealth thing from your town, basically, or close.
Well, he doesn't work in it. The office is not that close, but yeah, but it's
that's so weird. Like you figure, like if you're gonna do telehealth, you might as well like do it to somebody far away. No, that's not weird.
Well, no, that's not the point. Is to do it with a doctor that's good. That's all that matters.
Oh, but you have the whole like world to choose from. Like, why would it just seems like what a coincidence? Not only that the doctor's right there,
the ping was low. Connected him.
That's how it works. They need as many frames per second.
No, it's really more
matchmaking at this point.
I could go in
with doctors.
Yeah, I could go into an office if I wanted to. It's really more for my own convenience.
I see. Okay. So you have the doctor first, and then like they offer you the telehealth option.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that because then I don't have to then I only have to block an hour out of my day as opposed to blocking an hour and a half or an hour 45, depending upon traffic. Because I'm here. I just have to hit the button. And he was running early, so I was even done earlier than expected. But that was today, and it was just very funny because again, I know he emailed me some notes after, like some other unrelated stuff. But at the end of his email, he put, "See you tomorrow at Orange Theory."
Well, more importantly, how's his rowing form?
I'll have to let you know. I'll pay attention.
Because you've never really noticed him before.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
he looked when he said it, I was like, oh, I think I do know who you are.
Right.
You know, I kind of from other like aspects of it, because yeah, I definitely know.
There's not that many
who he
dudes
is.
in the class probably in the first place. So
Yeah. So it's definitely kind of crazy
I
that
could recognize all the guys, I think, in my class because there's like 3.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Woo.
So it was just very funny and very strange. And what are the chances? And
That is
yeah.
funny and strange.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
And a
that
story.
was-
And it's story. So it's a hat
and
trick.
it's story. I was all of my promises. I upheld my end of the bargain.
Nice. Speaking of Orange Theory,
All right,
got
bread's done.
I got my personal record on the mile run on the treadmill, 7 minutes and 10 seconds, which is
That's very good.
8 seconds better than my previous one.
Cool.
And I was very excited about that. Very proud of myself because I couldn't even run the mile in high school gym class. Like in under 10 minutes, I couldn't even do it. And I finished 3rd on the leaderboard of old people at my studio in the 50 5-decade group.
Yeah, I checked my leaderboards, and the best score was also the person that was 60 plus.
Nice. How well was it?
I forget what it was, but it was something ridiculous, and I'm like, that's insane.
What was weird is I looked on the best scores in my studio, and it was like 2 or 3 of them were coaches. And I was like, the coaches can't compete and have their names on the scoreboard. Like,
No,
if they
that's
just,
some shady
Is
business.
that against the rules?
it's against my rules.
Okay.
They're getting paid to be fit, and we're paying to be fit. That's different.
I
They
don't know.
gotta
My coach always takes the class after mine.
right, but
And
I
she
feel
always-
like they shouldn't
She
be
always
allowed to
says
be on
something
the
about
leaderboard.
it too.
Like-
She's like, I don't want to do this. I just
Maybe they're
watched
there
all of you
to-
do it.
Yeah, maybe they're there to like give you aspiration of like, hey, I'm right here with the coach.
They are. That is great, but don't steal my spot on the leaderboard.
They take your T-shirt too, or
But no, that's something else. You don't get
You don't
anything
get a
for being-
t-shirt
You don't
for
get
that,
any,
for
you don't
that.
get shit for being on the leaderboard, except you can screenshot it when they
I
post it
did
on
yeah,
Instagram.
not.
I mean, I get the information. That's the
Mm-mm.
important.
Right, and our
I
audience
did not
knows.
make the leaderboard for my
For your
location.
power walking.
Yeah, for my power walk. What can you do?
Well, took me a while.
Mm-hmm.
Took me at
In
least.
time, I
yeah.
went. Isn't that good enough?
I hate. Yeah, it sucks though doing that.
Mhm.
Running. That's like running 8 point something miles an hour for 7 minutes is not pleasurable.
I can't do that. I would literally fall down. My
But-
body just, I don't have the coordination.
But what you learn is that you're not gonna die doing it. Like you think you're gonna die, you feel like you're gonna die, but like somehow you can just do it. It's a lot. It's mental. I feel a lot of it, and I learned that because it seemed impossible that I could do it, and I was like, oh, I did it. I could probably do it faster. I didn't die. All
You
good.
could probably do it faster.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot for under 7 minutes for the next
Yeah,
one.
I think that's a good goal.
Yeah. I think I
Under
could do it.
7?
I could have run
Yeah.
faster at the end, and the coach was cheering me on. He was yelling at me, and I was like, dude, stop yelling at me. I'm dying. but it helped. It helped a lot. And then I saw his fucking name on the leaderboard like 3 days later. I was like, that's fucked up. He did it in 5:57, I think was his time. It's pretty fast.
That's good. That's better than your time.
Yeah.
But it was better than almost everybody's time. I think
That's
he came in
better,
second.
than yours.
Yes, well, he's faster. I'm not a good runner. Like I don't know. The only thing I know about running is what Shipwreck taught me. Swing your hands, keep your hands like not tight, but like in like a light fist, like you're holding eggs, and swing them through your pockets while you run. And that's the only thing I learned about running. And
Yeah,
breathe.
that's a good- And breathe. Breathing is important.
Every
Yeah.
3 steps, breathe in and then out. And try, which is fucking hard to do, by the way. It took me like 2 years to be able to do that.
I can give you some more tips now that you've mastered those.
Okay, there's more. There's more.
Yeah, there's more to running than just
man.
that. Yes.
Shit, okay.
If you want to get faster.
Yeah, I want to beat somebody. I want to be number 2 in the 50s group. And my other big news was that I was recently sworn in as tree commissioner of my town.
I thought it was assistant tree commissioner. Wait,
Shut up,
No,
you.
no. Alternate.
alternate tree
Okay.
Alternate tree commissioner
If
is his
we're-
official title.
If we're being technical,
Mhm.
I think you're correct that it is the alternate tree commissioner. But as far as my oath went, I swore an oath as tree commissioner because
I mean, you're the alternate.
right.
Like, you have all of the same powers that the non-alternate one does, I believe.
If a tree falls on like 2 or 3 people, I'm there to take their jobs.
To take the tree.
To be like, that's a tree.
Take it off those dead guys. But the interesting thing about it, and I wasn't really expecting it, is that I had to swear to uphold the U.S. Constitution and the New York State Constitution, which I wasn't expecting at the time. So I have to do that now. So you should know that. You should know that about me.
Quickly read that New York Constitution, right? Just to make sure that you're
I'm just-
comfortable saying you're gonna.
Yeah. Well, I think to the best of my ability, was in there somewhere. So
Oh,
Oh,
you get
yeah,
a-
probably. Yeah.
Do you get a badge?
I don't know a single thing about the job or what I'm supposed to do.
How did this occur? Like,
Yeah,
how is one, like just suddenly like, oh, I become the alternate tree commission. This is
Did you save the tree commissioner's life?
I
Or
I
did
got
you
an
kill the tree commissioner? Is it like that kind of thing?
no. I got an email from like the town clerk saying the mayor thought you might be interested in being the tree commission, on the tree commission board or whatever it's called. It's entirely possible that they just went through the town list in alphabetical order and my name came up
That's what I was
first,
just thinking.
or that the mayor knows who I am because she lives close to me and
We've got to get this guy to stop talking about the parking signs.
It was like,
she doesn't know
who
about
has
that.
sent
That's not
us
her
the
job.
most emails in 2023?
No, never. She doesn't have to deal with that at all. That's a totally different thing. She doesn't deal with me. I've never bothered her. That's not true. I did tell them to put in another stop sign or do something about it. But it was one time in 10 years, 9 years. It's like not a big deal. Obviously,
It made an impression.
made an impression. So
This is a man who knows how things should be done around here, and
I'm going to learn.
we
I
need
think.
some trees to like. What do
So
you
do
do?
you-
You just like hit champagne bottles?
No, the
on
idea
them?
is people want to cut down trees to improve their property. And the town rules state that you can't cut down trees of a certain size. And if you do, there's fines. And you have to get permission to cut down trees. And there's a process.
So is it trees of a certain like girth or height?
You
You should know the answer to this.
when called upon to discharge my duties, I will
Yeah.
be fully equipped mentally with the rules and have everything on
And
hand.
the ruler.
And whatever I need to do the job, I will have that at my disposal. But at this moment, all I had to do was just uphold the United States Constitution and the New York State Constitution. And after I was sworn in, that like one of the board members was like, "So no insurrections," because then I wouldn't be upholding my oath.
I understand.
Yeah. So
That's pretty funny.
yeah.
Was there a bagel breakfast after?
No, it was at night.
Oh.
I had to show up to like the local the nighttime town meeting, and no one was there. It was just me.
Gotcha. I thought it might be like a bar mitzvah service where afterwards you get bagels.
It wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
That was just besides the oath.
I
which
can't
was
wait. I can't wait for the story.
Like, I know
the
there's going to be a
super
story.
stressful story that you have to deal with some tree somewhere.
And
It's-
some woman who's
It's not the
very
tree,
upset.
Ship. It's not the tree. The trees are fine. They just sit there, whatever. It's the people that's the problem.
Some very
Mm.
upset woman who you told can't cut her tree down, and she's like, "How dare you?"
Right. And then they just cut it down anyway and pay like the $250 fine or $500 fine because they're rich anyway. Because
You can't
Yeah.
tell me what I can and can't do at my own property.
right. I don't know if there's well, I'll let you know. So far, nothing. So far, you have all the information, and I'm loyal to the U.S. and New York State.
Exactly. Until yeah, I can't wait for them to find out that the actual tree commissioner was was in Washington on January 6th.
What's the New York State
And then
motto? Do you know?
Excelsior.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's the Marvel thing.
Mhm.
Is that where they got it?
Yes.
Good. Good to know.
Yeah.
Discharging my duties.
I thought you did that before we did a show.
It was just a big fart.
No, dang.
Let's yeah. I had a hot roast beef sandwich today with mozzarella, bacon on toasted garlic bread hero. Long Island classic hero. Every town has like a different name for it. Ours was the Main Street here. And let me tell you something, it was a delicious sandwich, but at like 6:00, that felt very heavy inside of me.
Yeah, I feel like that sandwich never needs the bacon. Is that
No, it
exactly
needs
what
the
this
bacon.
thing- Does it need the bacon?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Bacon's the key. It needs all that. It needs the roast beef to be nice and soft, though, which this one was. Anyway, let's do some show feedback. Let's see if the duty is soft, though, when it comes out. I don't know. It feels like it's going to be, might be trouble. Might need to get the hanger.
So Cham Pipple D has to say, 2 episodes in a row with an epic wombat rant. Is he now the CAGcast Andy Rooney? I've always been the CAGcast Andy Rooney. I love it. Hope someone pisses you off this week. I mean, not yet, but I guess it's still early.
Right.
Yeah, there's time. There's time.
Just read the chat.
All right. Yeah, totally. I'll try not to. Viper139 has to say the Remedy versus Rockstar case is very odd. This is in reference to the lawsuit over the letter R, or not lawsuit, but I guess, I don't know. Cease and desist.
Complaint, I think.
Yeah, whatever they're calling it. The companies are on good terms. I thought they were not. And Remedy are currently working on another Max Payne game. I did not know that either. Maybe they are. That Rockstar will be publishing. Do we know that, Ship? I feel like that's something you would know.
I feel like I've heard that, but I mean, to be honest, I didn't like Max Payne 3. Did Remedy didn't have anything to do with Max Payne 3,
I don't
right?
think they did.
It felt like they did not. It's been so long, but I know he was bald and he was like really into like killing people like out in the daylight. And it was a really strange Max Payne game compared to the film noir stuff of him liking to kill people and more inside in dark places.
It was not Remedy. It was 8 different Rockstar studios worked on it.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Remedy could make a good Max Payne game because they've done that twice. And it makes sense if Rockstar's publishing it because I'm guessing nobody else. I'm guessing they have the IP.
I think they own it.
That?
Yeah, I think it's theirs. It's theirs.
So I don't know. I'll play it.
They should get Marky Mark to do the voice work and just have his likeness.
Well, James McCaffrey, the original Max Payne voice, passed away last month.
Yeah.
Don't use him.
No, that would be difficult.
Or AI voice.
You know, I worked on that audition.
Really?
Yeah.
From the Max Payne audition?
Yeah, for Max Payne with James McCaffrey, who got the gig back 150 years ago.
How was his breath?
Very good.
Oh, nice.
Nice guy. Good guy.
My guess with this Rockstar Remedy thing is they just have to like protect their
mark. They just have to be like, I don't know, this is kind of in our realm. Like,
even if they don't have a chance,
something our way to say like we're protecting this.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That. Time for Watch This, jerks. I'm the only one who watched things, jerks.
I mean, unless we're going to talk about football games, I guess.
No, I hope not.
Some football games.
I watch football games. Did you watch football games?
I did. Some, not all of them. Some of them were not very good.
Nah, but there was a good amount of them, and we all got the same ones. So that's kind of different.
Yeah, it's just like the playoffs every year.
Playoffs are every year. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I watched Amazing Spider-Man. We watched that since last.
Oh, the first one.
The the first one of
The first Andrew
the
Garfield
Garfield.
Spider-Man.
the Garfields. Yes.
Yes. And how did that go?
That movie, there's some really good like Spider-Man stuff that happens in that movie where he's swinging around and like punching and kicking people.
Mm-hmm.
That part of it's pretty good. They still have the part in there where they line up all of the cranes at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the salute
that
to
part-
Spider-Man. Oh, that's the best part.
Yeah, that part is probably not. That part is still crappy, I would say.
It's like the union workers salute to Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah,
they really
yeah,
appreciate him.
he like poses in front of the American flag and everything, and like
has a hard hat on. He's always votes union. Like, he's very pro-union.
yeah. So other than that, that movie's all right. The lizard's face still isn't pointy enough. It's that weird, I don't know, Super Mario Brother Goomba look to it.
Yep. Yes, it does. Did I ever tell you that my son's current science teacher is named Dr. Connors, and they have a giant iguana in the class? And we went for parent teacher night, and I asked him, I go, so I'm sure people make Spider-Man jokes all day to you. He goes, I've never heard that before. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
You're the biggest nerd I've ever seen.
And that is how he talks. He talks
Right.
like this. You are a gigantic nerd. Please leave my classroom.
That's because he's mostly lizard.
Yep, probably.
Soon.
Anyway, I ruined your story.
No, that was the end of my story. I watched
Oh, okay,
that.
good.
We have one more amazing to go, and then we can get back to the MCU proper.
Don't worry, that Spider-Man 2 is pretty quick. It goes by in a snap.
No joke.
It is a joke.
Was it a Marvel Snap joke?
Nope,
He snaps his neck in the movie.
he doesn't.
Somebody snaps his neck.
Never mind.
Was it Batman?
You'll see, Ship, and you'll have to explain it to your kids.
Oh wait.
What?
Gwen Stacy dies in that movie,
Oh, they'll understand that.
and that are because her neck snaps from the webbing.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's how she. That's how she died in the comics
right.
40 years ago.
Spider-Man's webbing wasn't good enough. And so
They're
she-
gonna
her
be
neck
fine.
broke?
Like they understand that people die in movies. They're gonna
So
they're gonna be
in
fine with
the
it. They also know that this isn't the real dimension that they care about in Spider-Man.
Gotcha. That's fair enough too. So you see, the Green Goblin threw Gwen Stacy off the bridge, and
Right.
Spider-Man goes to save her by just doing a thwip with the web.
Yeah.
Gets her around the ankle.
Yeah.
She doesn't hit the ground, but the whiplash of the taut web.
That's in like a
snaps her
Spider-Man
neck.
movie. That's,
And that's
so
how she did-
grim, and that doesn't seem like it should be in Spider-Man.
it was
That's more
grim and dark.
Batman. That's more Batman.
That's how she died in the comics.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is gross,
That's-
and it is very unsettling. And it's always
So
been.
you're saying they might have course corrected a little bit much from the crane scene to that between
Yeah.
the two movies?
Yeah, that's basically your change. Yeah.
It's like there is a middle.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's rough.
is
We
rough.
watched a movie. We watched this movie Theater Camp. I bet you your kids would like it, or at least your daughter would like it.
It
Wombat.
sounds like she's Wombat's Tyler.
Yeah.
My daughter will watch anything with camp in the title.
That's probably this is probably too adult. Because it's more adult comedy, but it was pretty funny. Like ties into drama, is in drama in school, so we figured we'd check it out. I forgot what streaming service it's on, but it was definitely had its laugh out loud moments. It's about as you would guess, a drama camp, and like basically like a Chad has to take over the drama camp because his mom has a coma, or gets in a coma rather, like right before the camp starts, and hilariousness ensues.
Is this the Ben Platt one? Or is
I
that
didn't know who
different?
any of these people were in the
Oh,
movie,
okay.
but it's very possible. It sounds like you might be onto something. But it was
'Cause
entertaining.
I know there's a theater camp movie with him in it. I don't know if it's called.
I mean,
Theater
how
Camp,
many
though.
could there be?
There's more than you'd think.
Well, I think your daughter would really like it because it seems like if you were a theater person,
It
Yeah.
was written by Ben Platt.
there you go.
Yeah. So
We're
So
saying,
that-
yeah, like you were asking me if it was this one.
There it is.
I appreciate the response.
Maybe it's okay for your kid. I can't. Ship.
It's
I'm
a
not sure.
it's a
Is
PG-13
it?
comedy.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can't really. I don't think it's anything too raunchy going on in there. It's like a mockumentary type situation.
Mhm.
Anyway, we also finished season 3 of The Gilded Age on Max, which was rather enjoyable. It's a very low stakes show. Ship. If you're looking for some low stakes television, where you don't have to get too like stressed out about anything, but you want to say, look at like, oh, those are some nice costumes, and oh, I hope like the super rich lady gets people to
stays
come
rich?
to the opera. Yeah, stays rich. Yeah, basically. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, oh, you saw it? Anyway, it was fine. I felt fine about it. That's Gilded Age. I felt old watching it. That's a show for old people. How about some new releases? Are these that I do? You did this, Wombat, I think.
I
right?
did this.
Good for you.
You're welcome.
What do we got here? I didn't say.
I mean,
thank
it's a
you. I
lot of
just-
stuff we talked about last week.
Okay.
You got Prince of Persia, which
Mhm.
is still great. Last of Us 2 remastered. Anyone? I'm gonna sneeze. Wait.
Do it.
Is that a Switch game?
Oh, I there.
$4.99.
$4.99. I'm gonna sneeze. Wait.
I'm gonna sneeze. Wait it's a very but wait is spelled WEIGHT. I mean a lot of other crap. I think isn't the new Tekken, is that out this week?
That is out. I don't know.
Isn't that like Friday or something?
You tell me. You're in charge of new
Right.
releases.
Right. Tekken. What are we up to now? Tekken
8.
8. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I know that
What's this
because
one got in it?
somebody tagged me and Cliffy B, letting us know that they bought Tekken 8. I ignored it, but Cliffy B wrote back, "Why are you fucking tagging me?" And then wound up telling the guy to fuck off, or to call him a fucking cunt or something. I don't know. Cliffy B, man, can't you just not respond, Cliffy B?
Just roll with it. I'm sure he gets tagged in things all the time.
I'm saying, yeah. So why can't you just leave it alone? You gotta tell.
I don't know.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. You
I'm
should
sure
have
he's
rolled.
got to be busy. Like he's got like this big Broadway show and getting tagged
Doom
in
the
things.
show? Was that him? No, he's not Doom. What the hell did he make? I already forgot what game he
Gears
made.
of War.
Gears of War. Among other things, but Gears of War was the big one.
Gears of War the musical? Is that what he's working on?
It's not a bad idea. I mean, it's not a good idea. Okay, it's a bad idea.
Scratch these frags.
Like a Dragon, the new one comes out Friday
Yes.
too. I know I have that pre-ordered. I'm looking forward to that.
It's getting very good reviews.
Yes, I saw
It looks
that.
like a lot of fun.
It looks like it's definitely a Yakuza game that you will enjoy and I will never play.
But it's not. This is the turn-based ones. It's not like the other Yakuza games. It's just got a similar like style, but like even more over the top humor, and you don't have to do all the kind of mediocre action stuff.
No, you could just breeze through that in like 70 hours. Like,
What
oh
if
no,
I
it took me like 100.
can I skip all the cutscenes? That won't affect the game at all, right?
Well, if like you're gonna do that, there's not.
the cutscenes are weird and
Cutscenes
funny.
are
You
like
don't
what
want to
you
skip
want.
that.
Yeah, you don't
It
want
was
to skip the
I
cutscenes.
understand
Yeah, you'll be
that was the
okay.
joke.
Yeah, I like. I don't know. The last one was great. I like the characters from that. This one looks equally great. So I'm looking forward to that arriving in my mailbox. I may sign up for their newsletter to get that stupid skin.
You should.
What's
You
the
did.
stupid skin?
Wombat signed up for it. I don't know. It's like him in a suit, like just a normal
Yeah,
suit.
if you tell me if I sign up for your newsletter, I get free shit for a game I already play, then yes, I will totally do it.
No, but
time.
you already did it for this one too.
I probably did.
You did. You told me you did.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah. Is Ichiban in Fortnite yet? Is that happening?
No, he's not yet. But if it happened, would I be surprised? No. We had other things. Are we moving on? Are we now on
That was the
Fortnite news?
transition.
Is that the transition? Okay, yeah. Snake is now in the game. He's in game. That was official yesterday. We knew he was there. He's in the battle pass, but he was officially unlockable for the first time yesterday. I got my Snake. I got my old Snake too, which is kind of cool. He looks good. He makes for a good Fortnite skin.
Does he have a box?
He does have a box. Actually, there are boxes in the game that you can hide in now. It's like a weapon. A weapon is the box. But they do have the emote where the exclamation point goes bloop. Bloop.
Right.
So that's in the game. But you can use that with any character. So I appreciate that. So there was some rumors that it may be locked to just that character, and that would have been a bummer.
Right.
So, but it isn't. So, yep, we had our first big update on Fortnite yesterday. First big one since the beginning of December.
No more guns. I was shocked, but no more guns.
Biggest break they've taken, I think, maybe ever between updates. They say they're getting back to the 2-week schedule now, though, which is nice. Some of the big reveals.
Deli
Raiden.
meats, all deli meats. So the weapons are all based on deli meats now, which is crazy.
Yes. Metal Gear Raiden is now for sale in the game. And Shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming, I think, next week. Or that may actually be with the next update. So I don't know. And the snow melted on the map because it's not Winterfest
Global
anymore.
warming.
Global warming, no more snow. So, that's it. That's all you care about.
Yes.
What
do we have here in your fortnightly news?
That's what I just said.
Oh,
Oh, you
there's
mean
more.
other things?
Yeah.
Non-Fortnite related stuff?
Sure.
Sony CEO said PlayStation's gaming future will be on PC, mobile, and cloud.
Might as well make more money.
Xbox does it.
They're going to do it. So does that mean I don't need to buy a PlayStation 5?
I'm surprised you haven't already. Maybe.
What am I going to do with the PlayStation 5?
You could play Spider-Man 2.
I do want to play that.
See?
And the little robot game comes in it.
You got the Astrobot.
Yep.
I care about that.
And,
it's
I
a
do?
good game.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else I got? Remastered Last of Us.
Yep. Ratchet
Remastered
and
everything.
Clank.
You can remaster.
Well, it's a compelling case.
The Ratchet
so
and
far.
Clank game is good as well.
Yep, that's
Okay.
a good one. I'm trying to think of other things that are on there that you can't play anywhere else that are worth your time that you would enjoy. That may be it. Just those two things, just those two games, Spider-Man and the Wolverine game whenever that comes out.
That's
So
you have
like
that's gonna be
2
good.
years. In 2 years, you'll need a PlayStation 5.
The Pro is coming out this year, I think, is the rumor.
Sure, it is.
You don't think so?
I don't know. But
Oh. Can they make it look different? Can we just
No.
They can.
let's do it.
I hear with a Pro, if you pay it, it'll look like whatever you want.
Downloadable skins for the PlayStation console. It's like that, like that frame TV where you can pay for the artwork.
Sure.
You can pay for it's just a screen.
Yeah, I know.
What else?
Can we talk about Power World now?
Yes.
Now-
I've been playing some Power World. That's the new release.
Tell me about. Okay, so I turned Pal World on. I played about 15 minutes of it.
I played more.
I felt like I had enough. So please tell me why I'm wrong.
Well, I don't know if you're wrong or not. If you had enough, you had enough. That's fine. But it is I don't know, that it's got a good structure to it because it's a survival game, but it's not overly difficult. And like you immediately like walk out of your little cave or castle, whatever this thing is, and there's just like Pokemon everywhere, right? They're everywhere, and you're just like, I could catch me all these Pokemon. They're right here. This is right here for me. And then you build your things, you go get your stuff. It's the same as that Lego Fortnite game, except
I
not as
noticed that.
annoying as that Lego Fortnite game because you're
You
not
say so.
instantly dying everywhere you go.
This is going to be exhibit number 407 in the Nintendo versus Power World lawsuit, with people using the licensed properties to describe Power World.
Correct, because you build the Pokeballs,
Yeah.
and then but my kids like to tell me that they're not Pokeballs, so they would be in the opposite camp. They're
Right.
like, "Those aren't Pokeballs; those are Pow Balls," and I'm
They-
like, "Yeah, all right."
They respect the canon.
They respect the IP here because they don't care if it's Pokemon or not, right?
No,
They're
no,
just
no,
like,
no.
these are cute characters. They're
Right.
like, hey, that's fine.
I can punch them, and I can punch them.
They do like that too. Like it's like, oh, this chicken's my pet, but I'm gonna kill this chicken and feed this chicken to the other chicken. It's
Tough world. They
It's too
should
much
learn
work.
that young.
The game is too much work, Wombat.
That's what I felt. I'm like, I don't want to put this much effort into what I'm doing.
Once I saw that Wombat was turned off, like pretty much immediately. But even more importantly, I saw somebody who we probably all follow on Twitter, who's in the gaming industry that we've known for a long time, who's playing the game, and they're like, "Yeah, I put a battery on my X button so I could farm whatever while I go about my day," or like,
oh,
I saw a few posts like that, and I was like, once I read that, I feel like now I'm just like, I'm making widgets now, or like, what am I doing? Like, I'm trying to like, I have
Farming
a fact.
F.
It doesn't sound like a game anymore to me.
No, I understand that.
It's what you want to put into it, right? Like if you want to make it your life, then yes, you go down that path. But if you're just looking to like jump
I'm sure your
in,
kids
and,
love it. I'm
Yeah,
sure
my
like
kids-
it's
yeah. They like it because it's got more than a Pokemon game, right? Like it's got
Guns.
farming, it's got guns. We haven't got the guns yet, but I'm sure it's good when it gets to the guns. It's got the right amount of jankiness to it to make it like a kind of goofy game. I don't think that's on purpose necessarily.
It doesn't look very good on Xbox.
It looks crazy because the art styles are all over the place.
It's just
It's like-
there are so many mismatched art styles. I mean, I can't. I mean, as someone who plays Fortnite, I can't say a thing.
No, you can't. And I
but-
think like kids don't care about that either, right? Like, they're like, I don't know, this is like
I'm not even
whatever. I'm like,
talking about that. I'm just talking about like the environments, like like just the general look of the game looks like it was made by two people. Like, you know, I've seen games made by one person that
it's
look.
a bigger team, but you have to remember, like, they had to get these assets from somewhere else to put them in the game, so it's not their fault that these assets.
Oh, you mean that they stole? They should have stolen better assets.
Shouldn't blame
Sure.
them.
Sure, blame them. No, it's weird because I don't know. Like, there's all the people like claiming this is like AI stuff or stolen
is
stuff,
there?
and if it is, it'll come to light, and then they'll get sued into oblivion. But I mean, as far as
They'll
the
be out of the
game goes,
country. They'll be
it's-
out of the country by then, and
They're
just-
Japanese.
they're
It's-
Japanese.
They'll be wherever. Yeah, so whatever. They'll just be counting their money and be like, "Oh well, sorry guys, adios."
But is there money? Can you give them money? Is this for
Well,
sale?
I mean-
It's
on
a
Steam?
$30 game.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
It sold over 4
Oh,
million copies
Oh
in,
my
Uh,
fuck!
Yeah,
in like 3 days or something
Oh,
like that.
fucking lawsuit! 100% lawsuit.
yeah,
coming.
but
Like,
again,
no
take the
chance.
money and run.
No
I'm
chance.
surprised they haven't just shut it down and
But they-
moved to Tahiti.
That might be the move.
That's what I would do. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, this game. Oh, lawsuits are coming in. Yep. Adios, everybody.
Yeah,
Tahiti, here I come."
I think I
Scoop
don't know.
Moose, there's a new
It'll be
comic for you.
interesting to see how it holds up, because like a bunch of people are like posting stuff online, but it's all like stuff that's not, there's no facts behind it, right? Like it's just like, yeah, they like some of these look awfully, like I can see where the inspiration could be from this character, but then like you look elsewhere and like, I don't know, this one kind of looks like a Monster Hunter like character. This one looks like
Oh, we shouldn't put them in a
Dragon
corner and
Quest.
say they're just stealing from Pokemon.
right, like
Oh
it's-
yeah,
it seems like they're
equal.
heavily borrowing from a lot of things. But I don't know,
Interesting.
like it's amazing like that this like just like took off, right? Like the way that it did. And
Yeah, I'm surprised it's so popular because I didn't think survival games in general were that
it's
popular.
easy, it's easier than the other survival games though, I feel like.
Is that what it is? It's just because
And they're really
kinda
popular. What are you talking about? Like Minecraft.
I
And
well, yeah,
Rust and all those variants of
I'm
so
not
many.
saying they're not popular. They're just, I don't know.
They're less
Minecraft-
mainstream. They're just sort of
Yeah.
like niche PC games. and-
I understand that there's an audience for them and that people really like them. I just don't think of them as like the biggest thing out
AAA.
there.
They're not AAA usually. They're
the
just like
4 million sales in
except for
one week.
Minecraft.
Yeah, other than Minecraft, which is a different animal, and my kids don't play Minecraft on survival mode. They just play build,
Right.
build and explore, which is a different thing altogether. So I wouldn't even. It's not that it doesn't count; it's that it doesn't have to count. Uh, that makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah, survival games generally are very niche. I understand there are people that love them, and I'm not saying that it's a bad genre by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just surprised that a survival game that's really nothing but a survival game is so popular.
It's got they've clearly like at least stolen ideas to make a new game that is kind of smart, and that like, hey, you have all these Pokemon. Hey, why don't we make them like do jobs for you, right? Like it's like you get them as pets and you're like, okay, then I'm going to send this group of Pokemon over here. They're going to be my mining Pokemon. And like,
It's like StarCraft.
yeah. There's like a lot going on in this game. That is still like, you're just looking at it going like, how did this get like out there into this level of like sales and just like be a huge thing on Game Pass?
You said 4 million copies on Steam?
That was as of like a few days ago, I think.
At this point, it's has the second most concurrent players ever in Steam history.
Yeah, like it passed Counter-Strike, I think.
Past Counter-Strike, the only game that's above it is PUBG.
There's the multiplayer in this?
Yeah,
like,
you can play. Yeah. You can play with other people. Yeah,
there's like a Monster Hunter element in it too.
You work together with them, or it's it's just strictly that. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if there's there's more, but I'm sure there'll be more modes and everything.
Oh my God.
Do you think this game is going to have legs?
I think it'll have decent legs. It'll be interesting to see how they support it.
They released their roadmap today.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
What'd that look like?
Lawsuits?
Just straight out.
Well, we'll be in court in California from March.
It looked like jumbly stuff of things they're going to add to the game. I don't know. It didn't mean anything to me, but
Albie Smithers in the chat says they've announced 7 million copies yesterday.
I saw some people debating whether or not that number includes Game Pass, but
the sales I don't think do, because that
not on Steam. Well,
not on Steam, but
yeah, it must be. Yeah, you can't lump them. Wow, good for them. Hopefully they don't get sued, but it seems inevitable, I would say.
I mean, or I could see Nintendo suing and being like, "You keep your game running, but you got to give us a piece of the pie."
They did go after a modder who was like, who like modded the characters to look like,
like
Ash and stuff. Yeah. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So they know about it and they're acting. So I guess we'll see.
Yep.
I put this one on here for you, Wombat. I didn't know if you knew about this. There's a new D&D VR game coming from the people who made Demio.
Demio's a good game.
Yeah, they got a licensing deal, so that is going to be a thing. I'm sure.
That's right. That's exciting.
They must be fucking super psyched.
Mm-hmm.
The developers. I mean, it's like just confirmation that what you did was was basically perfect. Like
they made a very good VR game, which is hard to do. I mean, not to mince words, there aren't many really good VR games. Right. And this one is definitely unique because it's, you're not moving around. It's just it's a game board. It's a board game board, and you're throwing dice and you're moving pieces. It's just, you don't have to set anything up or clean anything up when it's done.
And it's still social. You got the people sitting around you. What the one thing that could have made that game like from good to like incredible was if they had like the prop system that the poker game has. Have you ever tried that ridiculous poker game, Wombat? VR Poker Stars?
I'd played that poker game.
Where people are like smoking cigarettes and drinking beers and have like guns and like axes and stuff. So if that game had like props that you could use while you're waiting for your turn, maybe it does now. I don't know. I haven't played it in like years, but that seems like the way to go. You sell those and it's fun.
I don't know if there's enough audience to have a game that's microtransaction based on VR. That's to
That's
be
not
successful.
gambling. That's not poker.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you still charge full price for the game. I'm saying you still, and then you charge like a couple bucks for the fake for you, so you can hold an axe in the game and throw it at your friends, or you give them, you make those as rewards. I mean, that's just what makes it more interesting while you're waiting for your turn. But Demia was very cool, and I'm sure I would love a D&D branded one.
Yeah, why not?
What do we got here? What are we playing?
I'm playing another survivals game or survivors, whatever we call those games.
Yep. Survivor.
Oh, okay. Vampire Survivors-esque.
Yeah, it's a Vampire Survivor.
Survivorvania.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't really have, like, the only thing that made that first one Vania was that it.
Oh, I know. I'm just using
the graphic. Nobody was complaining then, were they?
Maybe.
Were they complaining that Vampire Hunters was or Vampire Survivors was just taking all the Castlevania stuff?
Yep.
They were. They were. Of course they were.
They were, yeah.
I've been playing Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde. This one was on sale on Xbox, and it was, I don't know, one of those things that it recommends to you.
This is a new one that you haven't talked about before?
I have not talked about this one before.
Okay, I'm looking it up now.
So this one, I'm gonna look it up too. That way I can see what's out there on the internet about it.
Orko, you're fighting a lot of giant orcos from He-Man. They're purple and they're hooded. They're just giant.
All right, yeah. So this one has like kind of more of a hand-drawn art style to it. And it's still pretty good. Like they made a pretty decent version of Vampire Survivors. I always all these things are named in a way that I cannot remember any of the names of these games. Like,
well, it's because they're all 2 words or 2 or 3 words, and
they just combined 2 words together, and then they made this game. Like it does stuff different enough too that it's not like it's just a direct ripoff. Like, it doesn't have any of the combining things, but what it does have is like this pet system that you get pets that like kind of go around behind you, and they give you different powers and do different things. And it's the same type of gameplay loop of like play 15 minutes and move around, and it auto shoots at everything, and you get your different powers. But it feels a little bit different because a lot of it is all these different types of chests that equate to the different in-game currencies that have this big like web of powers that you unlock. So
sounds more complicated than Vampire Survivors.
Not, though. I think it's actually easier.
Oh,
because there's not as much like combination of stuff like combining your weapons with your accessories and everything. So this one, it has a lot more of like, you can walk like very quickly, like 10 seconds somewhere, and you see a chest, and you're like, oh, I got to go like stand over in that chest. And you have to stay in like in a circle around that chest for the chest to unlock. And so there's a lot more of like, oh, it makes sense that I'm going around in circles, like trying to avoid people because I want to be in this area because this is where the chest is going to pop open. And then you'll get areas where like there's like multiple chests. And you're like, oh, if I stand in like this little Venn diagram section right here, I can fill up both chests and try to fend this stuff off by just this little area. So it's, I mean, I think it was like $6 or $7. It's enjoyable. The characters are good. It's got interesting weapons. It doesn't take itself very, very serious at all. So I would recommend Spirit Hunters. I think Army of Ruin is still a lot better, but Spirit Hunters is pretty good as well.
What about when is the Marvel version of one of these games coming out? When is that going to happen? Ship, make it happen.
How's he going to make it happen?
Yeah. I don't know. Will it into existence?
It seems like these are just ripe for like sticking a property on top of, right? Like, where's like the Halo version of this? Yeah. Like you're just Master Chief, just like
mowing down
grunts.
Mowing down grunts, just like moving around, auto shooting at stuff. Like
there are different versions of Halo skins too that you could different types of you
have different heroes. It's
different heroes. Totally works.
Yeah.
Oh no, you could literally stick I think any license on top of this. You could do SpongeBob, it would work.
Alf.
Mm-hmm.
Alf would work.
Yeah. Cats. He's trying to kill like cats, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
There are lots of cats.
Yeah. I got it.
I'd play as Willie.
Sure. Yeah. No children in the game though. Willie's in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Shame.
Yeah, sad. He's dead now though, isn't he?
Has to be.
Right?
Max Wright.
Max Wright. Thank you. I'm like Max. I was about to say Max Smart, but I know that's not right.
I didn't have to look it up.
I know.
Thank you.
I know. But yeah.
All right, Spirit Hunters. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I would. They should make a Berserk one. That's what. Didn't they make a Berserk Reloaded? And I said it sucked. That's what Berserk Reloaded should have been.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be good, and with like really cool retro graphics.
You know what I've also been having fun with this week?
Nope, but you're gonna tell us.
Yeah. So we were just looking for like co-op games for Dash and I to play, right? So Mrs. Shipwreck was like, "Oh, I'll just like go through the Xbox games over here Xbox One games that we have, like the physical copies, and see like, okay, what would be good." And so she like pulls out two, what is that? Toy Soldiers? Is that the name of those games? The Mega Collection or whatever that has like G.I. Joe and He-Man and stuff in it. I'm like, we'll try it. I'm not sure it's gonna work because I remember like they shut off the like servers or something on it, and so we pop it in. It's like it's like, oh, we'll load it up for you, sure. Like it loads it up. It's like it's grayed out the He-Man stuff and the Cobra Commander stuff, and it like knows that it knows that like I own them because like I do, but it's like it can't comprehend how to get them, and you can't like see them on the store anymore. But they should theoretically be somewhere
on the
out
hard drive
there, you would think. So it can't find those, but we start playing, and it's like oh, okay, you still see the G.I. Joe stuff everywhere. You just can't play as the G.I. Joes. So we played through like two or three levels, and he's enjoying it. And then we quit for the night. And then now that we've turned it back on, it goes to a different menu screen where it seems like it's just constantly trying to like find something like out there on the internet. And it's just like never going to find it. And you can't do anything on the screen at all. Like you can't like start up your save file or anything because you quit the game. So from there we went on to, she picked out Micro Machines, which also I'm like, oh boy, this is another one like that got delisted. And I'm like, I have no idea like what's going to happen. Like, let's put it in there and prepare for disappointment. And like, as we're doing that, she's like pulling another game out. She's like, what about this one? We haven't even opened it. And she like shows it to me. I'm like, that's Battleborn. That's definitely not going to work. Like, that would require internet. That was the Gearbox
Battleborn.
One.
Oh god, that was the 5 versus 5.
Yeah,
Overwatch
but it had
killer.
like a two like, and she's like, why do we have all these games that don't work? And
did
Micro
you
Machines,
move on
like,
to Brink next? Was that the
right? Like, but Micro Machines, it kind of works. Like at least the 4-player local stuff still worked, and it was like, okay, this is what we're looking for. But I'm like, what do you expect me to do? Like, am I supposed to go like back through all these games and like go like?
Did you play Shadowrun? Remember the Xbox Shadowrun?
Sure.
It's just so depressing to like look at these games and be like, well, they kind of still work, but nope, this is not happening anymore, and we're just hurtling down the freeway at this. And she's like, why do we even buy these? Like, you can't play them. I'm like, well, I could when we bought them,
right,
but now I cannot.
Now you're stuck with them.
Now I'm stuck with them.
You're not going to throw them out. So you're stuck.
Can't trade them in.
She's like, what are we going to do with this Battleborn? I'm like,
nothing.
It's
a part of history.
Right. I'm like, I don't know. I could take the case and put something in the case.
Coffee coaster. Make a nice coaster out of it.
Yeah. So I don't know that I knew that was coming, and I know that's been happening for a while, but that was like the first instance of like her just consistently pulling games off the shelf and me going, I don't know that one's going to work.
It makes sense. Yeah.
It sucks.
Future.
It sucks. But, and then now it sounded like there was a story that Target might stop carrying Xbox games and Walmart might stop carrying Xbox games.
Just Xbox?
That's the story that I saw
Oh,
for Walmart,
that's not
at
good.
least.
That's not a good thing. That seems. I don't believe that.
I don't know. I mean, if people are using Game Pass on Xbox, maybe people aren't walking into Walmart and
I feel like
buying the
Microsoft would
Xbox
make
games.
sure they're still carrying the game somehow.
Do they care?
Maybe.
I don't
I think
know.
my face froze.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I know. You could hear me though, which is weird. But
Yeah,
Oh, well.
It's fine.
oh, there it
you're
is.
back.
You're
I'm back. That was so strange.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Microsoft cares if you can walk into Walmart
Yeah, maybe
and buy a $19 game that's been sitting there for 2 years.
Well, they care if you can buy the consoles
Yeah, they want to
That's-
sell consoles and controllers,
and controllers.
accessories.
Yeah, but if you're buying it, like Walmart already knows if people are coming in to buy a Series S,
They're
they're
not.
not coming back to get a game,
Right.
right? Like,
Right. Right. Oh, and FragTube in the chat says, and the Series X refresh also doesn't have a disk drive. The round, that circuit, the one that looks like Alexa,
Mhm.
even though it looks like a fucking CD, it doesn't take a CD.
they don't work when you put them in anyways. It's like,
Right.
But I have like 2 games on disc. 2.
I've got a ton, and I did like talk her down off the ledge, Mrs. Shipwreck. I'm like, this is the reason why we haven't been buying as many games lately, is because like,
I'm on it, honey. I'm on it.
yeah, I'm on it. I could like, I can't do anything about those past ones. Like
That's why we
there's a
only
reason.
have 80 shelves of games. It's because
Correct.
I've only bought, I haven't bought any in less.
We don't have to expand anymore, right? This is it. This is the area, because there's not going to be physical copies anymore that we need to worry about.
Yeah. Speaking of this, Gaming Dad writes in. Let's get to the CAG bag. Gaming Dad writes in and he says, "How long until Xbox releases a Game Pass exclusive title? No digital or physical sales, just Game Pass." Has that happened yet?
I don't think
so.
that's I don't think
I
that's
wouldn't be
happened, no.
surprised, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if it had happened already.
Mhm.
I could see it happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah, why not? Just like, well,
But then they're losing out.
Hmm.
They're losing out on
Yeah.
some.
It would have to be a first
It'll
party
happen.
game.
But it'll happen when the numbers make sense for that to happen. Like
Right.
if they can still be getting like people to buy a game for $30 at the same time getting the Game Pass, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make
not
a
to
lot
give
of
them the
sense.
Option.
For that to happen, Microsoft is basically buying that game forever, like because there's no other way to release. It's going to be an exclusive Game Pass forever. That seems unlikely. I don't think
Maybe
that-
a time like
time, sure,
play first on Game Pass. I can
Oh,
see that being a thing.
Sure.
but forever that's a long time.
Play,
so
play
probably not.
Forza. Play Forza in August on Game Pass and play it in November for sale or something like that. I
And
don't
play
know.
it in March on PC. I
Yeah,
mean, on PlayStation,
sure.
on Switch.
Switch. Sure.
It's gonna
You
look
want to
good.
switch things up? Yeah.
It's gonna look really good on Switch.
It's gonna look great.
Count Discord writes in and asks, "What is a feature you want in the next generation of consoles or future refresh?" Definitely a share to Twitter button. That's definitely going to be. We got to bring that back. I mean, share to X.
Mm-hmm.
That was a joke.
I understand.
What is?
You buy Battleborn at Walmart for $11.78.
Why? Because they're stuck with them too.
Right.
Exactly.
Is it because they're there? Is it shipped and sold by Walmart or is it a third party seller?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I click through that.
Just
don't-
saying.
I don't think they've done much in this current generation to improve upon the streaming capabilities of the previous generation. I don't think they really did anything. On Twitch, like streaming on Twitch or streaming
that kind of streaming. Okay.
Yeah, like no no microphone built in. Well, maybe the PlayStation controller has a microphone built into it. I wonder if you can use it for
Yeah, but
streaming.
you don't want to use that though.
It wouldn't be good. But when we have the technology, like the noise canceling technology to do that now, they could definitely do something like that where just have a microphone in the controller, or filtering out anything that's not a voice. That could totally work. I don't know what else. What else do you need? Cup holders?
Maybe racing stripe.
A turbo vent?
Mm-hmm. Larger hard drive. I don't know.
You can never get a large enough hard drive.
No, there is no such thing. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. So
I still feel like if I'm playing like Apex Legends and I go to live stream it through the Xbox, built-in Xbox shit, I feel like the game slows down a little. It doesn't feel like,
yeah,
I feel like we don't have the capabilities.
They should have their own proprietary streaming network for people to watch.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Go on.
Mm-hmm. Like, what if it was just Microsoft branded, like it was theirs and they owned it, like Twitch?
What would be like a good name for that?
Like
stir, because they could stir it up, like because stir. We have like Twitch, and we need some new competition, so we're gonna stir up the pot.
What's sad is
What?
I can't even remember what they called it.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you're not gonna get his joke then at all.
I know. I'm like, I know it had something to do with the mixer.
Yeah.
Mixer.
There
It was
you
called
go.
Mixer.
Oh, I had so
Jesus
many. I had
Christ.
so many DJ references I was about to get to.
Sorry. Yeah. Mixer. That was sad. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't. Maybe if anything, voice control to turn the stupid thing on and off. I don't know.
You already have that, don't you?
I mean, I do. I have it through my TV also, but I just
Well, how many ways do you need to have it?
I don't know, like in the console itself. I don't know.
Why?
I don't, because it's something, because someone asked a question and I needed to give them an answer.
Let's think of some
Terrible
really
answer.
like bad ideas. How about like you can charge the controllers like right on the console. Like we build the controlling charger right into the console, no cable. Just like those iPhone charger, it's like the mag thing.
Just put it right on the top of it.
Right on the top of that. That'd be
Ooh,
good.
what if they were completely wireless? Like you
Stop.
didn't have to plug it into the wall.
Oh,
you don't
the
have to plug it
console's
in.
wireless?
The whole console is wireless.
Great idea. Good idea. How
And you
about
can
it's 8K and 7,000 frames per second?
8K and completely wireless.
Great idea. These are great ideas. How about it's also a fusion reactor and it can power your whole house?
That would be nice.
Because you don't have to
I
plug
would
it in. You
appreciate
might as
that.
well fucking power shit.
What if it was like a Wi-Fi extender in addition to a video game console?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Just make it your whole home Wi-Fi system.
Your whole home Wi-Fi hub
Oh,
is also your video game console.
I forgot the best feature. You can fuck it.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a given.
I mean, you can do that with them today.
I know, like seriously.
Can you?
Yeah, you rub it up against anything long enough, something's gonna happen.
Right.
That's
I mean,
not
there's a reason
fucking it.
the PS5 has all those curves.
You can't fuck a PS5.
You don't even have one. How are you? You don't know.
Yeah, how do you know?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I've seen pictures. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know. Maybe the Pro. Maybe that's the killer feature.
What if there was like some sort of not virtual reality, but a camera where you like see yourself in the screen, and your hand motions are mimicked in the game.
Okay.
It's like a motion tracking camera kind of setup.
Right.
Yeah, you just connect the camera to your console.
Right. Can like
not buy this separately though? Can it come like with the console?
Can you make me pay for it even if I don't want it?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, no, that's the only way I think that that's the only way I think you could do this.
Can you like maybe just support it like right when you release it, but then just forget about it 6 months later?
Not only will we support it right when we release it, but the thing we're going to support it with, whitewater rafting, because we know that's what everyone wants to do when they're home.
Waves hands furiously in the air. Yeah, I think I still have mine in my fucking cabinet back there.
I'm sure you
So
do.
it might be there's
Sure you
something
do.
there's
I
something
bet it
back
still
there.
works. Still works.
I'm sure.
Doesn't require internet connection.
Nope.
And nobody made licensed games for it, so you're good.
Mhm.
It's not true. There were like
A couple, yeah.
There was an Avengers game.
Yes, there was.
Yep.
Yep.
And there was a dancing Han Solo game.
There was.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I need to I might have to break that out. I think the kids would enjoy.
My daughter asked me the other
dancing
day.
Han Solo.
She wanted me to break it out because she wanted to play Connect to Play. I'm like, I don't even know if that would work anymore.
I don't know if Connect Play would. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a good game, by the way. Connect Play was solid.
you played a lot of that.
I
You played a
know.
lot of
There
that.
was nothing else worthy on that entire thing, but
Oh no, there were people were shouting them out in the chat. Yeah, You got
Dance
'em.
Central, Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja was great. That was a solid time. I mean,
So
we're gonna get
we-
into Baller Beats here. Baller Beats.
Yes, Baller
That-
Beats.
It was ahead of
That's-
its time. Now they have all these training basketball shit that they sell, like all these smart basketball things.
Uh-huh.
I see Instagram ads for them, smart soccer balls. I mean, Baller Beats was there first. And they were also innovators in fake social media account followers. They really set the bar so
They were
high.
on the forefront there.
They really were just like, fuck it. Like, let's just have 500,000 followers.
Right. Let's have more followers than any NBA team.
right. And Halo. Let's just like, people will believe. People will just believe that this is the most popular game to come out in years on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Even though nobody's liking our posts, we have 500,000 followers. Yeah. All right. I think we
didn't
answered.
talk about. Did you hear that Rock Band they announced their final DLC?
Yes.
For Rock Band 4.
Yeah, because
not
they're
making any more
fucking
DLC.
making the Fortnite game.
I
'Cause
know.
They're moving on to Fortnite.
Horrible.
Fortnite owns them. What else are they going to do?
Right. Making new something. Not the
Yeah, they
Fortnite
are
game.
in Fortnite.
It's
Is that good? Is it any good? I still haven't tried
No.
it. Still,
I'm not a fan, but what can you do?
You have to use the D-pad to push the things.
Yeah, you do have to
hit
use
the
the
beats.
D-pad.
It's so awkward.
You could change it to anything
And
you
yeah,
want it to be.
I don't
yeah.
want that.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you.
Can't they just make another Rock Band game and
No.
let me use my instruments that are in my garage?
there's
No.
it could happen.
They are adding instrument support to the Fortnite version.
They're not going to get me to load up Fortnite to play Rock Band. It's
You just said you wanted to use your instruments. I'm letting you know they'll let you use your instruments.
not in that. Not like that. Not
No.
like that.
Not like this.
Not like
No,
this.
not
Ron,
not like this.
This is not what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
My instruments are getting nice and dusty in my garage, and they will only be broken out for a proper experience, not this slapdash thrown together nonsense.
Maybe that's my vote for what the next consoles need. It's just like all this crazy peripheral stuff to come back.
DJ Hero.
Skylanders.
Yeah, bring it all back. Let's have some fun again.
Let's clutter up the place.
Right. Let's get this going. Like they're gonna have any games to carry in the stores. They might as well like start selling some
Toys.
There's so
toys
many
and stuff again.
so many empty shelves.
Right. Somebody like there's what else are they gonna put there? They're not selling movies, they're not selling music, they're not selling games. Like this
Well-
is gonna be a big void back there in all these stores.
But what's popular now that they could sell like a plastic version of that's a lot easier than doing like the real thing that we could just sort of fake do it at home. That's the key. That's
TikTok?
which one?
TikTok?
TikTok.
TikTok fake influencer? That's too high effort, I feel. People like TikTok because they just don't do anything. I don't know if there's an answer there. Right in.
Ukulele Hero.
You know what? Is that popular?
Think so.
All right. I think we did enough show. We enlightened a lot of people. We came up with a lot of good ideas. Probably millions of dollars will be made off of our ideas by other people. And I think we're okay with that. As long as we make the world a better place.
Sure.
And that's what we've done. So, next week, I'm not sure if we can do a show next week, but maybe. Just maybe, but maybe not. Anyway, see you later.
Bread's done.